welcome back to the next episode of You Are the Father. I'm just kidding. We're reading Reddit stories. Am I the a-hole? I'm Ugu Bear. Let's go! This girl got pregnant and she and her parents want me to step up and help raise her baby. I'm not the dad, but I want to go into the court, so I told her no. I feel bad though. I feel like there's a lot to unpack here. Basically, this girl I always had a crush on got knocked up by some random loser, and now while she's pregnant, she has been wanting to date me. Her parents want me to step up and be a man, so they don't have to help her take care of the baby for like the next 18 years and have her stay with them. She's not a piece of cake, by the way. Okay. Red flag! Red flag! No, I'm just kidding. We don't know anything about her. But the thing is, I'm not the dad. Literally not the dad, okay? He is not the dad. This is gonna go somewhere. Let's get him on, Maury. You are not the father! We already know this. She said she wants me to be her boyfriend and for me to get a job and a place for her to live to help raise our kid. She's entrapping you. She's literally, you are 19 years old. My dad told me to tell her to go F herself and not to put my dreams to the side. And that I am so young and just a kid myself and to never ever in my life get involved with her. Maybe a little extreme, Dad, but you know, I respect the energy. Trade offer. I receive a place to live and money and you receive someone else's baby to take care of. Yeah. Okay. Like, literally, you know, it's like if they were in a like very fully committed relationship and like maybe they were, I don't know, older and more developed and he loved her, but he says I have a crush on her. Always had a crush on. So he doesn't even really know that he likes her because they've never like dated, you know? He said her baby is not my responsibility and he will be heartbroken if I voluntarily take on this burden. He fully supports me going into the court. I told her I do not want to get involved with her. Her dad told me I'm not a real man. This is truly ironic. Her dad doesn't want to take responsibility of his daughter having a baby that is his grandchild, is telling this poor 19-year-old boy that he's not a real man. Well, yeah, guess what? He's not, because he's 19 years old.
I can explain.
I'ma be real. Boy's brain is not developed. I've been able to successfully block this girl and her parents on all social media platforms and their phone numbers and home phone number as well for my cell phone. I've also gotten a temporary restraining order. There's a legal process you have to go through for a real permanent one, but I'm working on it against her and her parents. None of them are allowed to contact me by any means, including phone, email, in person, or by someone else. If they do, the sheriff will have his deputies go to their house and bring them to the local jail. This is like insane. Like, why don't they take this energy and go after the biological father? Save some of that energy for, you know, the one who actually knocked up your daughter. These are also, I think, like, what's confusing is that these are also, like, clear cut. So sometimes the situations are pretty, like, on the fence, you know? Am I the asshole for getting hurt and upset over a harmless prank that my husband pulled? Like, first of all, pranks are things that are, you know, not mean-spirited. I think people misunderstand what a prank is. Like, everyone should enjoy the result of a prank. It's like a joke. There should be a mutual respect and understanding of the punchline. It's not to be harmful. And if you have to preface your prank by saying it's harmless, it probably wasn't harmless. Let's be real. Burns down your house. It was just a prank, bro. Literally, it makes me think of like just a prank, bro. Like, I don't know. It's just, So me and my husband have been married for 5 years. We're currently 24 and 33. Way before we met, when I was 16, my mom's house had a house fire that burnt literally everything down, and sadly my childhood cat was also killed in it. I remember my mom and brother waking me up screaming, "Fire, fire, get up." We crawled out under the smoke and luckily my neighbors had already called the fire department and they pulled us out. We lost literally everything. We were devastated. So that was a while ago, but it still really scares me, and I check outlets and still outlets in our stove and candles and everything all the time. My husband knows this about me. I think if my whole childhood house burnt down and my cat died in it, I would be traumatized of anything that could cause a fire too. I don't think that's something you just get over. 2 nights ago, I went to bed early because I'm currently 34 weeks pregnant, literally about to pop. I was sleeping for a while before some reason my husband decided to wake me up by yelling, "Baby, there's a fire." I don't need to read anymore. Close it up. Wrap it up. That is not anything that puts you into like a fight or flight state of mind, especially while you're sleeping, especially since she's 34 weeks pregnant. He doesn't want to like not stress her the out. As quickly as I could get up at 34 weeks, I did and grabbed my purse. It was just an automatic shock and just autopilot, and I knew I needed what I
that you do
what to grab. I made it all the way down the stairs, yelling for my husband to follow me before he started laughing and telling me it was a joke. I can't. I literally can't. Where's the joke? She should prank him by leaving him. Bye, Felicia. Took a minute for that to process. I stood there with an open mouth while he laughed and ushered me down the rest of the stairs. Sat down on the couch and just started sobbing. It was genuinely the hardest I've ever sobbed. It's like I couldn't get myself to stop and my whole body was shaking. My heart was racing. I couldn't breathe. I've never had this experience before. I was genuinely so panicked. I would 100% leave him, and I would leave him like and no contact. This is such a rough situation because she's pregnant and she's gonna have his baby, right? You have a parasite growing inside of you that is feeding off of your food and your blood and your air.
Finally. Some good fucking food.
I was so fucking upset. My husband apologized and like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry. It was just a joke." I cried until he was eventually like, "What the fuck? It was just a prank. This is really dramatic." After a few hours, I calmed myself down and went to apologize to him. No! Absolutely not. He said I was being over dramatic and made him feel like shit for a harmless prank. Good! You should feel like shit. It wasn't harmless. It wasn't even a prank. Yeah, that's a yikes from me. My roommate used my vibrator without my knowledge. What do I do? Throw it away? And by it, I mean throw your roommate away. I'm sorry for the long one, but I'm absolutely dumbfounded. Me too, girl, me too. A little bit of a backstory. I, 23 female, have been married to my husband, 23 male, for 4.5 years now. We own our own place. My high school friend let's call her Amy, 21 female, recently moved in with us about a month ago due to bad living situations with her family. She has a toddler who is also my godson. She said she would be here for about a month. Amy is not independent at all and is still living out her immature streak. She doesn't buy her own groceries, i.e. food, laundry, detergent, TP tampons, etc. So she has been using my husband's and I's stuff, which in this economy has kind of been affecting us financially. Charge her rent. Charge her rent. Charge her rent. Charge her rent. She's living in your house for a month. You can charge her for a month's worth of rent. Just gonna borrow the husband next. My husband and I recently noticed that small items were moved around in our room. Our bedroom door has been left open. We always leave it closed for multiple reasons, most of which don't pertain to her specifically, mainly safety. Hygiene items are missing out of our bathroom, and pretty much just the house is left a mess. Now to the main point of the story. Today, my husband calls me and asks if I had her go into the room for any reason, and if I asked her to get something out of my nightstand. I said no. Then he tells me to go check the camera. I do, and it shows her going into the bedroom, over to my nightstand, and back out. I immediately got mad and assumed she stole the cash that I had in there, but knew I'd have to wait until I got home after work to check. 15 minutes later, my husband calls again and says, "Go look at the fucking camera." And what do I see? Her rinsing my vibrator in the kitchen sink, drying it with a hand towel, and then going back into the room to put it away. I'm gonna fucking scream. The way that she described it, it's like, okay, so she knew exactly what she was looking for, which means that she's been in her room before, which means that she's done this before. Like, she was on a mission. She knew exactly where to go, what to get, and was out. And now that they called her out on it, she was being sneaky, I guess. I don't know. At least she washed it. Yeah, no, the friendship is over. There's no more friendship anymore. That is a complete violation of trust, respect, lying. Like, if she lies to her face, I understand we have urges. I understand we have needs. But you can't just be like, I'm gonna use your vibrator and then put it back as if I didn't use it. And it seems like she does it a lot. I'm just shocked. The vibrator story was just like, there's just so many layers to that story. My husband gave me a warning tap and I called it abuse. Am I the asshole? Alright, as I am writing this, I'm laying in bed with my mom. She's helping me gather my thoughts for some opinions. I am a female, 24 years old, and my husband is male, 30. We've been together for 3 years and married for 1. This is a throwaway account just in case. About a week ago, my husband and I got into an argument over his phone, which he had misplaced. I was in the shower when he lost it, and when I came out, he was throwing a fucking fit over it. He was like, "Where did you put it? Have you seen it?" Angrily yelling and snapping. Red flag. Red flag. It's over. Red flag. I said I hadn't touched it and I needed to get dressed. My husband was standing in the doorway looking behind the door so I couldn't open it. I said, "Hello, move please." Apparently my tone was rude because my husband turned around and shoved me into the room. I was like, "Okay, you need to calm down. I can help you look, but I gotta get dressed." Tells me to hurry up. I snap back. "I'm not gonna hurry up. It isn't my f***ing fault." Alright, this is already like, this is already off to like some spicy stuff. Like, they're not even fighting and they're fighting. Like, they're already at each other's throats.
I hate you, Patrick.
I hate you more.
I hate you no matter what.
Yeah, well, I'd hate you even if I didn't hate you.
I'd hate you even if that made sense.
My husband turned around and hit me on the mouth with the back of— okay. I don't need to read anymore. I literally don't need to read anymore. No one should be hitting anyone, but let alone a husband hitting his wife. Doesn't matter if it was the back of his hand. You just don't hit your wife, period. You don't hit anyone, but like really, like, yeah, no. I don't need to read anymore. I actually don't even need to read anymore. Like, screw it. I don't need to read anymore. Nothing else matters after this. After this, he hit me on my mouth with the, like, that's it. Period. Period right there. The end.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.